Hello, my friends. It's been a while since I've been on here, but today I thought I would talk about some MMA. Got some MMA coming up. In particularly, Arman Sarukian. He's been in the news a lot lately. He recently said that he thinks he could beat Khabib, which I don't know. That's pretty bold statement. But Sarukian is pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't want to have him across the cage from me, that's for sure. But I mean, his wrestling is pretty top notch, but what I think is scary about, I think the most scary thing about Arman Sarukian is his elbows when he gets on the ground, when he takes you down. Because his wrestling is like so top notch that he'll just dominate you once he has you on the ground. And he likes to throw elbows, so if he's on top of you and controlling you and you can't do anything, he could just like literally kill you with his elbows. Which he does. He likes to throw elbows. And I've seen some crazy fights where a lot of Russians do have the same, it seems like they have the same fighting style. They take you down and they just like lay into you with the elbows. And I've taken elbows before, so I know how they feel. You don't want to keep taking elbows over and over again, because it's like a dull knife coming into you that is like still hard enough to break the skin. It doesn't feel good. But yeah, I would like to see a matchup between Arman Sarukian and Ilya Topuria. Is it funny? I was listening to Ilya speak in Spanish the other day, and it's crazy because he's actually Georgian. I don't think he has any Spanish roots, whatsoever. But when you hear him speak in Spanish, like, he sounds just like somebody from Spain. It's crazy. Like, he's basically Spanish. He's just not genetically Spanish. Like, he's culturally Spanish because he grew up there. Makes me want to go to Spain, actually. I mean, I've always wanted to fight in Spain, but the thing about Spain is they have a lot of regulations for most European countries, especially in regard to kickboxing. So if I was going to fight in Europe, I would probably fight in Italy. Italy or the UK, but I'm not really too eager to go to the UK right now. I've been to the UK before, but right now it doesn't look like it's at its in its ideal state, so to speak. But Italy is not only less expensive, but it's pretty safe. And most of the Italians I've met, I mean, they're not so bad. They're fun, easy to get along with. I'm actually a fraction Italian and Sicilian, so I can always throw that out there if I was staying in Italy. I also want to check out Cyprus. Cyprus is like an island in the Mediterranean. Pretty sure. I haven't really done a lot of research about it, but I have researched the fact that it's a lot less expensive than most European countries. Yeah, it's off the coast of Lebanon and Turkey. So it's not that close to Italy. One thing about Turkey is they got a lot of really good kickboxers. Like training in Thailand, some of the best fighters I've seen that were like, you know, I mean, even elite level fighters were from Turkey. But guys like me that just like to do it for fun and, you know, are already kind of old, don't really expect to be like, I mean, I would love to be top notch, but you know, I'm already about to be 40 this year, so sometimes you gotta accept your limitations. But a lot of guys that just do it as a hobby like me, the really good ones that just do it for a hobby are usually Turkish, what I've come across. Oh, we got somebody in here. Hey, what's up? Who do you think would win against Arman Sarukian and Ilya Topuria? Probably don't even know who those people are, huh? Anyway, they're MMA fighters. I think Sarukian would give Ilya a run for his money. I think Ilya has some pretty good boxing, but Sarukian is pretty good in that wrestling department. Yellow. What's up, man? Yo, who do you think would win, Ilya or Sarukian? You watch MMA? Oh yeah, and getting back to Sarukian versus Khabib, I think that would be a tough fight because even though Khabib is not really traditionally trained in striking, I think he's pretty creative. So I don't think it would be an easy fight for Sarukian, that's for sure. One Piece Dragon Ball? Have you seen the new One Piece live action? I was watching some of it the other day. Sanji, that character, he's kind of cool. course you have. And then they got a new Dragon Ball AI series on YouTube. That was pretty good. Oh, you've seen the behind the scenes? Why would you want to see the behind the scenes? What's so interesting about the behind the scenes? You must really be a One Piece fan if you want to see the behind the scenes. So what sport? I don't know. I don't really follow One Piece. I just saw a fight scene on YouTube of Sanji on the live action because I like watching fight scenes sometimes, but I've never actually sat down and watched the whole series. I'm not really a big fan of the art style. It looks a little, I don't know, I think it's more for young people. My favorite character for anime, oh, that's a good question. I think Spike from Cowboy Bebop is pretty cool. And also, Vincent from the Cowboy Bebop movie is kind of cool. Those are characters that resonate with me. What about you? No, I don't. I've played Call of Duty before, but I'm not like a hardcore Call of Duty fan. I mean, I usually just cook and talk on here. And sometimes I play Albion Online. Like I played Albion Online yesterday. But I don't play first-person shooters because I had a bad experience with CSGO. I used to play live on here. And people would always try to they would say inappropriate stuff, so I stopped doing it. How did I get a VTuber? They have apps that you can kind of make your face, like there's this one app called Zepeto, Zepeto, and you can customize your character, your VTuber with it. It's free too. But they have like a little, what do you call it? They have like a watermark. I'm not far away from the camera. I'm actually right in front of it. Are you talking about my VTuber? Bo the Man. How old are you, Bo? You can see my whole body? You mean my VTuber or what? Oh yeah. I guess you can, right? Oh, you're 14? You're a young book. Where are you from? I'm from the USA. You from the USA too? Let me guess, you just got back from school? Oh, Zimbabwe. That's cool. How's Zimbabwe? Oh, the school is canceled? Sorry to hear that. I guess you got plenty of time to watch One Piece now. Well, that's cool. Oh, you live in New York. I used to live in New York, actually. What part of New York? I used to live in Uptown, Manhattan. I was a Manhattan boy for 20 years. Oh yeah, you're Manhattan too? How do you like it? You like New York? I actually just recently left because it was getting too expensive. School is good, right? I bet you have a lot of friends. Now that I left New York, I have to say it's a lot more boring. But you got your pros and cons, you know. New York you always had somewhere you could go. Always had something you could do. Now that I'm gone, I went out and was exploring the city I'm in right now, and it's a lot more boring. Oh, sorry to hear that. What happened? Well, you're 14, you're a little young for that, but that's kind of a small reason to do that. When I was 14, I didn't. So if that makes you feel any better. What sports you like? You watch MMA? I stream every day. Not usually at this time, usually at night. Usually in the morning, actually, like around 3 a.m. your time. I'm just streaming at this time because I didn't stream last night. But yeah, thanks for coming in, Bo. I hope your school gets better. Competitive gaming, that's cool. Hockey and football. Yeah, hockey's big over here too. Football's cool. What game do you play? Call of Duty? Alright, well, looks like I'm at the 20-minute mark. I'll be on later tonight. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.